This is Shane Dyer for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I am very happy to be joined by British contender Nathan Gorman. How are you, Nathan?
All good, are you?
I am very well, thank you very much, mate. Now, there's only one place to start, really. Last night, Joyce stopping Daniel Dubois in the 10th round. What's your initial thoughts on that fight, first of all?
I thought it was a very, very good performance from Joyce. To be fair, from the off-go, I think from round one, he established his jab very, very well. It was making things very awkward for Daniel. Daniel was coming in trying to land big punches. To be fair, he did land big punches, but he was like jabbing and moving away to his right and making it very unorthodox and very, very awkward. And obviously, he kept on pinging him in the face. What Joyce was doing, I think, from the get-go, was just knocking lumps off Daniel. And it built up and built up. Listen, Joyce jabbing your head in for half an hour, 10 rounds. It's going to do some damage. And I think that's what happened there. I think in the 10th round, I think Daniel had enough and he just thought, you know what, I live to fight another day here.
Well, yeah, going into the fight, obviously, Daniel's got a reputation of having a solid jab. And as you just explained then, it was actually Joyce that controlled the whole fight, basically, with his jab. Were you surprised with that?
I was, to be fair. I thought Daniel would have out-jabbed him. I thought Joyce would have up the work rate, like normal Joyce does. But so it was good. Whatever him and his coaches done, and obviously he never had a manual, and he never had a Salas in there, so you got to give credit to, I think it's Cam, I think he done a fantastic job. Throughout that fight there. He kept him composed, he kept him to the game plan. From what I've read and heard, that was the game plan for 12 weeks. What they've done, they executed it very well and they got the job done.
Also, something that I picked up quite early in the fight was just how big Joyce looked in that ring.
He's a massive man. He's massive. He's nearly 19 stone. Sheer, just there's not one bit of flesh on him. He's just sheer power. He's a mountain of a man.
And obviously, the main talking point out of the fight was the way the fight ended. Just your views on that, Nathan?
Myself personally, I'd rather get knocked out. If you're gonna go on your shield. Obviously, it's easy to jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh, he's a quitter. He's this, he's that, he's a shithouse, and all this." But you don't know what was going on inside of his head, do you? Myself personally, I'd have gone out on my shield. I'd rather be knocked out, being counted out, than take the knee and take the count. Because if you do it once, you'll do it again, and that'll always be in the back of his mind now. And the sad thing is about that, people will always judge him for doing that. The public, especially the public, they'll always judge him for taking that knee. It doesn't matter now if he goes on and does whatever he does. People always go back to last night and what happened throughout his full life. Listen, if you get clipped and you get stopped, it happens. It happened to me. Daniel beat me. I got clipped. He caught me in the 5th round. I got clipped. I got back up. I wanted to carry on. Referee waved it off. I got stopped. I got knocked out. I never looked at the referee or took a knee and said, I've had enough here, mate. It's a bit tough for me. If it had been up to me, I'd have still boxed on today. I'd still be fighting now. But inexperience could be another thing. But like I said last night, it doesn't matter how much training you do, you can't train your ass, unfortunately.
Would you consider Joyce to have the best chin in the division?
Oh, without a doubt. I've always said about Joyce. When I sparred him, I said, Joyce, you could hit him with a sledgehammer. I think he'd laugh it off. He's just got granite chin. He's got an engine, and he's. I tell you what people do. The people will look at Joe from watching him from the outside and think, oh, he's slow. I can get out of the way of that. But when you're in there with in the ring with him, that slowness or whatever people say about him is very, very effective. It's got to be. Look what he's just done. He's just beat the next best thing. And to be fair, beating him myself personally, if I was Joyce, I'd be more happy it was someone quitting than actually knocking them spark out, because they're basically saying, I don't want no more, I've had enough. So it was a great result. Really, really good.
And like you said, he has got a style that it's so effective. He's shown time and time again.
Yeah, it's very, very unorthodox, but it gets the job done.
How would you see him going up against the elite in the division with that style?
Yeah, I think he'll do very well because he's a nightmare for anyone. He's big. He's 19 stone, very, very fit, punches hard. He knocks chumps off you. See, Joe Joyce is a throwback. He's a 15. In the days of 15 rounds, that's his thing. So it's good to have someone like that in the division because there's a lot of exciting fights for him to be involved in.
And one person that is on Joe's mind is a fight with
Usyk.
Alexander Usyk. How do you see that fight playing out?
See, I think he'll beat Usyk. A lot of people saying I was silly for saying that when I backed him for beating Daniel. I think he's too big, too strong. But obviously, on the other hand, Usyk's very, very nimble and can make you miss and counter. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'll back Joe Joyce in that one. I'll back him again. I backed him last night. I'll back him again.
And just to move back on to Daniel, obviously you've both been in this position now. I know the manner of defeat is different, but
yeah,
just take me back to like how did you feel the day after the defeat?
What you've got to do now, mate, is because obviously I've been in them shoes. He's got to do a lot of soul searching, and this will test his character because it's all good when you're winning and everyone wants to be your mate and everyone. The minute you get beat, you're irrelevant then. The same people what was calling him God's gift 2 days ago will be calling him shit tonight. And that's the way it goes, unfortunately. So he's got to do a lot of soul searching. And sorry, mate, someone was beeping through there.
You're right, mate.
He's got to do a lot of soul searching. And he's got to take it on the chin, literally, and use as an experience. That's what I done. I used experience. I got beat. He will learn so much from that fight last night. He got beat. He got his eyes swelled up. He tasted his own blood for once. He got into a 10-round battle. So that's all experience for him to go forward now. So he will come back. It's just how you come back's the thing. Obviously, if he fights again, he does it again. Then you know what I mean. There's no more you can say about it. But obviously, if he comes back, says it was inexperience, I've learned from it, and he goes and he starts blasting people like he has been doing, then it'll be back to normal then. But all he's got to do, mate, is just take it on the chin, use it as an learning curve, and go from there. But I've also read on Twitter that it's fractured his eye or something like that. So provided now that injury is, because let's be fair, if it's really, really damaging, that could have been his last fight last night. But this is the risk you got. This is the risk you take when you fight. When you sign up to fight, especially at heavyweight, anyway, but especially heavyweight, it's one punch can change everything.
Moving on to other news. Last night we had the exhibition bout between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. I know you didn't watch the fight in full, but you did tell me that you've seen highlights of the fight. Just your thoughts on that fight.
Myself personally, they're my two idols, so it was good to see my two idols back in the ring. And Mike Tyson, I think Mike Tyson thought he was 22 again in the end, the way he was coming in for the big ups. It was good to see, and like I said, they're in the 50s. They come out happy and healthy, so fair play to them. It was good. It was really good to see the icons of the sport back into it.
And so something else we haven't discussed, as we haven't spoken in the last 2 or 3 weeks. But the last time we spoke, we were talking up a fight between you and Dave Allen, and then a couple of days later, he announced his retirement. Do you think that was the right move?
Yeah, listen, if I was feeling the way Dave was feeling, and like he said, he felt every shot in sparring and that, well, what would be the point of him fighting someone and getting stopped, say, when he could have beat, you know what I mean, for sake of money, because you can earn money elsewhere, but you could potentially get hurt in boxing. And what good's your money to you then? So I think he's done the right move. He's very happy, he's content, and that's the main thing. As long as he's got all his faculties with him, he's earned a few quid. So good luck to him, really. He's a top fella.
And let's finish on yourself, Nathan. I know you've been up the gym today. I know I don't expect you to announce any fight news if there is any. But what have you got any kind of update for us?
Yeah, I spoke with Frank maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I think my next date is about February time. So after the new year, so got a few months of training ahead of me, which is good for me, better for me to be fair, to get myself back into normal position where I was, like weight wise and shape wise. Yeah, so we're looking at February.
Lovely job, and let's finish things here then, Nathan. Thank you very much for speaking to me, Boxing Social, and I hope you enjoy your Sunday evening, mate.
Same to you, my mate. Take care.